Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Kingdoms. In today's episode, we're going to be working again on the Jarl's Longhouse. We've made some major progress over the last couple episodes, but we still have a lot left to do. So, last episode, we got the roof on the main structure, and from inside, it looks pretty terrible, as you would expect, which is okay. We'll clean all this up as we go. But I want to get the outer structure kind of complete first, and the first step in that process is going to be this right here. We got to get a roof on this little chunk. That's going to be very important. It needs a roof. So that's what I want to work on first. And I don't think I necessarily want to do anything super crazy with this roof. So I think I might just keep it pretty simple and do something like, let's see, maybe we go here and then like this to get our roof section out. These pillars need to come up. Or actually, I think, I'm trying to remember how we did the roof the last time we ran into this problem. I think it was like that. Right? That seems right. Yeah. Okay. So, I'm going to do some work on this roof. I'm going to figure out, I still haven't decided exactly how I want to do this roof, but I'm going to try a couple things, and since I don't want to spend this whole episode working on the roof, since we literally just did a roof, I'm going to work on that, and I'll come back to you when it's done. Alright guys, I am back, and the roof is all done, and I think it looks pretty good. Basically, all we did was we brought it up and down, and then up and down, so simple little kind of double angled roof like this, and works out pretty well, I think. I think it works. You can't really see this little chunk here that's all flat, and this wasn't exactly the way that I would have necessarily liked to have done this, but it works. It gets the job done. It's also not spawnable because that's down half a block, so it'll do the trick. So I think that part of this little project is finished. Now, what I want to do is go in and add a lot of the exterior details. Let's take a quick look here and just see, what does this look like from the inside? It looks okay. I mean, it's not great because we have some of these like holes and things up there. I'm going to put a couple torches just to keep that lit up. But it's coming along. We're making progress. It's starting to really kind of come together and look good. So I think the next step, let's grab some of these. Let's grab some spruce logs. Let's actually put a lot of this stuff away. I should probably keep some of these spruce planks on me. Ooh, and I'm actually starting to get low on food. Do I have more food in my ender chest? Oh, I do. I am so professional. Okay. Anyway, so I think what I want to do next is this up here. This is going to have... I haven't decided yet if I actually want to make this a proper third story where you could actually, like, go up there, or if I just want, like, cross beams. And there's definitely a couple options. Let's see. Maybe what we do is find the middle, which I think is about here. Does that look like the middle? Yep, that looks like the middle. Okay, so let's get up there. And let's put down... Can this block disappear? No. No, it can't. Okay. Good to know. So then I think what I'm going to do is right here at this level, we'll bring a beam across like so. And let's just see. Now that looks relatively bad, but I don't have any spruce stairs on me, but ultimately we're going to have these covered up with spruce stairs, I think. A lot of this kind of stuff that's here. So, just as an example, like this will probably end up being covered up. Over here we'll have spruce stairs like that, and then more importantly up here like that, so it looks like the beams are kind of coming out. which I think is what we ultimately are going to want on both sides. And that'll make these beams actually look okay. It'll make them look like they're not just like randomly sticking out of the wood. Because over here, this depth, the fact that there's no transition change right here on that layer of depth makes it look kind of bad. We're not going to spend a ton of time on these stairs right now, but just so you guys can kind of get an idea of what this is going to look like, ultimately these lines will all be covered up with stairs, as will a lot of these other ones too. So just kind of bear that in mind. But yeah, that's the next step, I think, is to kind of get in. Ooh, can I? Yeah, got it. Okay. Oh, I see. I was falling down the... Gotcha. Okay. So what we need to do is space out these logs. And let's count 1, 2, 3. And maybe put a log there. And then 1, 2, 3. And a log there. And then we can just build those kind of all the way across. If we can reach up there. Man, that's kind of tough. There we go. So we'll get that up there, and then I think... do I want another log here? That is the question. Let's kind of build over. I'm specifically referring to this block right here. Is that a full block? It is, but it's not covering up anything important. It was just there to so I could put a log on top of it, it looks like. So that means I don't suppose I can reach that. If I ender pearl up here, can I reach this? Oh yeah, I totally can. Fantastic. I hear... Oh, he's way down there. We're good. So we can kind of bring this across here. We can get rid of that guy. That's going to be very difficult to place, isn't it? Let's just build over a little bit. There we go. So you get a log there. That looks good. Has the same spacing. And then we'll end up... Ow! Hey, Endermite. No. No, not right now. Busy with other things. And then we'll match it up with this one right here as well. Yeah. This will totally work. Okay, so let me get that done. And then I think I'm going to put a floor above it. I think that's what I want to do. If nothing else, I want a temporary floor above it so that we can work on windows and stuff for this area up here without being, distracted by constantly falling over and all that kind of stuff. So let me get a floor in place right here, and then I'll come back to you. All right, guys, I am back. So I'm thinking I've got the floor in place, as you can see, pretty straightforward. So I'm thinking we want some windows here. Now, I need to kind of look out and just see what kind of space we're working with. And that actually looks about right. So I'm thinking we'll have essentially matching windows on either side. And they're going to be about that tall and probably 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you know what we could do? Especially since the more I think about it, the more I'm thinking that we never actually want to be able to come up here. Because that'll actually let me do some cool... I think I'll keep the floor that's right here, this slab floor. But then what we can do is essentially put glass blocks behind at, this level of depth. And that'll let us do some cool things with the shape of the window, I think. That would be really cool. Let's see. Yeah. And then we'll do same thing right here. And here. There we go. Oh, and I'm missing a window over here as well. There we go. All right, so that is where our windows are going to go. They're not going to be that shape, but That's where they're going to ultimately end up. Let's just quick take a look. That looks off. Why does that look thicker than that? Oh, I see. There's our problem. That would do it. Okay. Fair enough. That's an easy fix. Anyway, let me grab some glass blocks. I'm sure I have... Yeah, I've got quite a few of them. There we go. And then all of my wood and stuff like that that I need to kind of properly detail this should be over in the Jarl's Longhouse already. So let's just quick pop over here, and I'm going to want some dark oak. I've got some dark oak slabs. I'm going to need more spruce stairs, I think. There we go. As well as some more spruce slabs. Yeah, that should be everything I need, I hope. I may want some fences. You know what? I've got plenty of spruce and dark oak with me. I'm just going to take this crafting table, and if I need to make fences, I'll make fences. We'll do it that way. And then let's just ender pearl up there. There we go. Okay. So, right here, let's kind of do a little bit with the window shape. We could maybe do something like that to give us kind of like this nice arc-shaped roof. Maybe? Or maybe we even do something a little bit more dramatic and go like here and here. I don't think this is going to look as good, though. If we do that, yeah, I don't like that. That looks poor. There we go. So we'll do something along those lines, I think, for the actual window shape. Like so. And then we're going to have to detail the outside of it. Let me take a sleep and let me get some work done on these windows, guys. I'll come back to you in just a second. Alright guys, I am back, and I've got those windows up there all done, and I think they look pretty good. I'm actually really happy with them. Now, I did some counting, and I realized that I could put 4 windows like that up here. So they'd start like right here and end right here, and then that would allow me to bring this fence down in between each one. But I kind of like the 3 as well, so I'd like to get your guys' opinion on that. Should we go 4 windows up here, or 3 windows that are spaced out apart a little bit more? Let me know what you think on that. I also went ahead and I added all of these extra windows. I basically put all of the windows that are going to be on the building into the building, with a couple exceptions. This wall is not done at all, because I think this is probably where the staircase is going to go, although I may do like a room underneath here, and then the staircase would be kind of like a staircase that would go this way straight up until it hits here. That might be one option. I'm also thinking we're going to have some sort of like large decorative stained glass window possibly, or some sort of something up against this wall to really kind of bring out the interest and the detail there. So this wall and this wall have not really been done, but all the other windows are in place, and from outside it looks really good. These spots here where you have the gaps, those are where there are roof sections. Like, for example, this one kind of gets in the way of any windows there. We could probably work a window in, like, right up here, but I don't know if it's necessary. We might just go without it. We'll have to see. We'll have to see about that. I'm still thinking what I want to do. But I think overall, like, this looks really good as far as windows and stuff goes. And we got a lot of the exterior stuff started. I won't say that the exterior is done, because there's still quite a lot that we need to do, to include some terraforming. Like, there's still little gaps and things that need to be filled in, and then the outside obviously needs to be decorated. We have to do some landscaping and stuff to make that interesting. So there's still quite a lot left to do. But I want to move on to something else, just to kind of finish out the episode. This is something that I came across watching a live stream. There's a streamer on Twitch. His name is Slind. He does a lot of he basically just does vanilla survival, and he does a lot of it, and he's very good at it. He's arguably one of the best vanilla survival builders I've ever come across, and he just takes on like ridiculous, massive projects that are just absolutely insane. But I was watching his stream the other day, and I noticed that he was using something for path blocks, as in not path blocks like that kind of path block. I mean path block like a block that you would use to make a path, if you know what I mean. He was doing something there that I had never seen done before, and that I saw it, and I thought, why in the world did I not think of that? Like, does that ever happen to you guys? Do you ever, like, watch a YouTube video or see a picture on the internet or something, and you look at it and you're just like, why did I not think of that? That's so obvious, and yet so brilliant. That's kind of what this was like for me. So we need to run and grab some resources from Altoon real quickly, which should be like right over here, I think. Yeah. I can see the tower coming into view now. So one path combination that I really like to use is coarse dirt and junglewood. I think those two go very, very well together. Let's just grab some junglewood path, or some junglewood slabs here, and then let's grab ourselves a bit of coarse dirt as well. Like so, and why don't we grab a couple of those? There we go. But I've always thought that combination of path blocks has kind of been missing like one block. Like, I've always kind of felt that it needs one more block. Because if we look like, for example, if we look at this path, we've got 3 blocks, right? We've got cobble, gravel, and andesite. If we move into the village, same thing, cobble, gravel, andesite, and then we also have mossy cobble mixed in there too. You know, if we come down here, 3 blocks, we get again, dirt, cobble, mossy cobble, etc., etc. I think generally when you're making a path, it's best to have at least 3 different types of blocks that you're mixing. You don't want to go too many beyond that. You don't want like 10 different types of blocks, at least not usually, but I think 3 is kind of the magic number where you're like, okay, this is good. So I've kind of dug out part of a path here. I don't know if this is the path that we're ultimately going to stick with, but this path right here is just coarse dirt and junglewood. And it works. The two go together extremely well. I mean, they're basically the same color tone. So if we take some coarse dirt and kind of mix this in here, right, so that we can kind of, so that we can get our path going like this, it'll work. It'll work as a path. You will be able to see the path. You will be able to use the path. It'll totally work. But it's missing that extra level of texture variation that I like to have in my paths. I like a little bit more variation than this. And we just don't have it with this combination because these are really the only 2 blocks. Now, yes, you could use regular dirt, because it's a little bit different than coarse dirt. It's a little bit lighter in color, but at the same time, that kind of is limiting in a way because you don't have the option to put it next to grass. Otherwise, it's just going to turn into grass, and then your carefully laid out path is essentially gone. You spend all this time on a pathway, and it's like, nope. Not the way you made it, because, you know, the grass grows. So I was watching Slyn's stream, and I saw him using something a little bit different as a path block, and I was like, that is a brilliant idea. So let me take a sleep here real quick, and I will show you guys this. Scar, I showed this to Scar as well. He and I were hanging out on TeamSpeak, and I showed him this, and he said the same thing. Why didn't I think of that? Why did we not think of this? With all the building in Minecraft and stuff that we do, how come we didn't come up with this? So check this out. Brown mushroom blocks. Look how beautifully this blends with these other blocks here that we've picked. Just look at this. It's perfect. It blends in. It's roughly the same color tone. There's my Silk Touch axe. And it even kind of looks like footprints. Like, it kind of looks like muddy footprints. And it's so perfect. Like, why in all the time that I have been playing Minecraft have I never thought of using brown mushroom blocks as a path? And I'm sure Slind probably isn't the first person to do this. I'm sure that there have been other people who have done the same thing in the vast game that is Minecraft, but he was the first person that I personally have seen do it, so he's the one who I'm giving credit to. And it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I can't believe that in all this time, I have never thought of using brown mushroom blocks as a path block. Now, downside, they are kind of a pain to get. They really are. So that is certainly something to kind of keep in mind. But they're not that hard to get. I mean, you basically just have to grow brown mushrooms and then chop them down with the Silk Touch axe, and then you're set. But really, like this, how in all the time that I've been playing Minecraft have I never thought of this before? It's so obvious, and yet, I don't know, one of those things. But it works out really well. It gives you this nice kind of slightly lighter, it gives you that nice texture variation that I've always wanted. You know, and we can mix into here, we can mix in some jungle wood and stuff too, right? So we take some jungle wood slabs and do a little bit of that, and a little bit of this, and a little bit of that, and so on. And there you suddenly have a path that's interesting and still looks very rustic and very kind of backwoodsy, right? Looks very underdeveloped, I guess. You know, so if you're looking for just like a path that might be just kind of a country road, or a path that's not like a main thoroughfare, there you go. You've got these junglewood slabs. You got junglewood, you got coarse dirt, and then you got these brown mushroom blocks. And I think it works out super well. And it's actually really good, because one problem I was running into with this path, right, as it kind of traverses its way through the jungle here, is that this path crosses through, or I say jungle, it really isn't traversing a jungle at all, but as this path goes along, it's going to cross into this mega taiga biome where suddenly there's coarse dirt all over the place, and that presents a problem, because if the road is coarse dirt and your path is coarse dirt, you can't tell where the road goes, obviously. So that's that's a significant problem. So I had to figure out something to do to address that, and that's kind of why this road has not yet been finished. But this should solve it, because we can use in those areas, we can just use a little bit more path block and junglewood block, and still kind of have that same end result. So I think it's going to be really good. It's going to be an awesome path once it's all done. But I just wanted to kind of show you that, and let's see what you guys think of junglewood, coarse dirt, and brown mushroom blocks as a path. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on that. Unfortunately, though, guys, I personally am out of time for this episode. So, my friends, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it. It really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.